I carried that gun for a year and a half, and he is rocking the inside of that house. That gun shoots like 800 rounds a minute. His flashlight's still on, which in the daytime is going to give him away. As soon as that gun goes out, you got to get that thing up. There's a great shot, and he missed the opportunity to take out one more guy. Like when the rifle goes bingo or goes zero or you run out, you can feel it in the gun, and that's immediate. Well, the kit looks real right at the bat. Got modern day drones. I'll never forget the first time I saw actual video games of what it really looks like when there was Spectre overhead. And that was I forget what game it was, but I had just gotten back from deployment and I was like, what the hell is that? And it was that real from what we really look at. So the games are getting good. Following the vehicle, which is exactly what we need to do. Good peering out.
Mid-ears, no?
Yeah,
Get behind. That's, I mean, open space in an environment like this is bad. Shooting machine gun. It looks like the Saw. Great gun.
Alright, we're pushing left side.
Oh, good communication. I like this. Take that thing out as fast as you can. That thing is bad. Take out the driver. Take out the gunner. Good. I like the way he entered in the room. Good pieing the wall before he committed. These guys look like they actually have some tactical experience. Cover that door. One guy hold long, one guy hold right.
Got it? I got it. Cover.
okay.
Love it. Good comms between the game players. M60.
Fire in the hole, fire in the hole, fire in the hole.
Oh, I love it. These guys sound like they got some real good experience.
Alright, going right, going right.
So as that guy right there, he should not be turning around. He should be communicating and then all of a sudden go when he turns, but he should be holding long and making sure nobody comes up on their six. Good use. They're bounding. They're covering one another.
Strong wall, strong wall.
Like right there with all those windows looking out. They could be false windows. They could be someone deep in a room that's watching them. That could be shooting out from the dark. That's so many different threats. You really kind of minimize that as much as possible rather than just hanging out in the middle of the courtyard.
Collapsing.
Good. Like he's holding on to that door. Beautiful. Watch his buddy's back. Beautiful. Good tactics moving up the stairs. I disagree with the use of lights. They're not flashlights. They are flashlights, but that's not how you use them like a flashlight, like you're walking around at night. Love it. I carried that gun for a year and a half. I love that gun. And he is rocking the inside of that house. That gun shoots like 800 rounds a minute, so he's getting after it.
Flip it now.
Good comms. How to take the corner there with multiple threats. I mean, if I'm being really analytical, they held that intersection there a little bit long. But I like a guy. He's holding inside. He's letting those guys go until he's safe, then he comes out. These guys have done this before. I wonder if they're actually former military. His flashlight's still on, which in the daytime is going to give him away. Oh, that's interesting. I like how the use of first aid in this. In a situation like that, though, the actual soldier should have been able to take care of himself rather than take two guys out of the fight.
Mag.
As soon as that gun goes out, you got to get that thing up. There's a great shot, and he missed the opportunity to take out one more guy. Like when the rifle goes bingo or goes zero or you run out, you can feel it in the gun, and that's immediate. I assume he ran out of bullets in that rifle, and he immediately pulled out his secondary because he had the opportunity for the shot. Beautiful. Love it.
Oh, he's down.
Oh, we got a guy right there. Nice job. Keep moving. Keep moving. You're hanging out in the open like that. Or get behind that vehicle. And that's tactics they would do back in World War II. Tanks would move forward. Everybody would get behind the tank. So the second guy that we're our position here, he could be holding long. He could be doing something. He could be looking at the roof on the right-hand side. Just sitting there with his gun pointed down. He needs to find employment. I definitely like the game dynamics, how they built the game so you can make moves like that, like peering around a corner without fully committing.
Opens right.
So sometimes in a room like that, you turn on your flashlight, it's just going to blind you even more. It's like turning on your high beams in fog. It's not going to help you see at all. It's almost like you need to turn your light off and move slowly until the dust settles, but to see any kind of shadow. Otherwise, you're just telegraphing your position and you're blinding yourself. But I love it. Yeah, if you can take care of yourself, take care of yourself. Keep the gun employed. I also love that they're doing proper tactics of actually holding on threats while things are moving around them. You don't see guys with all the chatter going on. You don't see them turning and looking. You don't see them like they're holding their threats in case anybody pops out. And that's exactly what you should do. Love it.
Frag out.
I love that this dude's out using iron sights. Curious why he doesn't have an optic.
I've got one more frag out.
So he actually should have just dove right behind that ledge there. For him to run backwards, he actually exposed himself more by running backwards from that grenade. This guy's got a ton of these things.
This is usually meant for 4 players, not for 1.
I love this dude who's like playing a video game and finally realizing getting a small glimpse into what real world is like.
By the PKM guy.
As he's narrating this, he actually is doing a decent job of utilizing corners, staying behind barricades. That PKM is something you need to take care of right away because that will do a lot of damage to you.
Handle. Iron sights.
I would say what the guy was saying was, if you're looking for accuracy, it wasn't it. I think he was trying to work it in. I mean, he probably had like a little bit of knowledge, and that's what he used for it all. I do appreciate that there was an awakening moment for him when he played that game. To be like, oh, I'm learning stuff here. But it's also fascinating that this is getting his adrenaline going and pumping versus being in it real world. All right, so we're back to our team of 4. These guys, they know what they're doing.
Hey, contact deep front 12. He's down.
These guys, I think, are from the military because they're using terminology that is very consistent. So smoke is used for several different things. 1, to mask your movement, or 2, to communicate with birds or helos or fast movers over top. So I'm fascinated, why is one guy having a pistol while everybody else has long guns? Does he not have a long gun? If not, can he get a long gun? Because urban environments, distances move very fast. Between one could be inside a room, the next one could be outside through the window shooting hundreds of meters long.
Okay, so you gotta climb up that.
Now this gun, this 60, like, he ignites that thing off with purpose. You're going to feel it in that room because of the reverb on that.
Contact left side.
Whew, that was a close shot with his buddy coming up the stairs. Now they have the tactical advantage. They got the high ground here. The bad part is they're not absolutely familiar with every aspect of this, so there could be some places where they come up behind. The tactical advantage of being high. So at this point, I think they have the flag. Are they supposed to be getting out of there, or where do they go next? I think I like the game because of the 2 groups of 4 guys that we saw in the 2 different gameplays. If I had to guess, I'd probably say they have military experience because the verbiage they're using, everybody understood. Their communications was concise and short. Those guys, they've done that before in one way or another. I like the way they employed their weapons, the gameplay, as far as the graphics and what the objectives were and how fast things are and the settings in which they brought it in, between walking through an urban environment, an open street, into a city, multiple levels, mouse holes. The only thing between that real world is you can't hit a reset button. You don't have multiple lives. That is all fantastic. Thank you very much for joining me, former Navy SEAL Geoff Reeves, here on Experts React Gameology. If you want to see more of this fantastic content, be sure to follow them on Facebook and subscribe to them on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram at official Geoff Reeves. Have fun, be safe, don't get caught.